this revelation is a new beginning, led to the solution against their will.
With Alex Webster, the bass player from Cannibal Corpse. How's it going?
Doing great. Thanks for having me here today.
What advice do you have to young musicians coming out and starting their own death metal band?
There's a few things that I always tell people. One of the most important things, whenever someone asks me this question, I'll always tell them, just make sure you love the music you're doing, because it's not going to be easy. You might end up not being able to make a living doing it. I mean, most people don't. Be prepared for that. Just go into it wanting to have fun. Don't go into it thinking you're going to be a professional, because it's just such an unlikely thing to happen. I mean, we got lucky. A whole bunch of stars had to align for for us to be in the right place at the right time to make our career happen. I wouldn't want to count on that. We've had a lot of good luck, but don't count on being lucky. Just count on having fun. Go into it, love the music you're doing, and honestly, if you really love it, you're much more likely to succeed.
Cannibal Corpse, how did that name originate?
That was actually a name I came up with back in 1988 when we got the band together. We were trying to think of names, and we had a few different ideas. That was my favorite of the ones that I had come up with, and the band decided that was the name we'd use. What it meant to me really was just like a Night of the Living Dead kind of zombie thing. That's what the name of the band is about, really. It's about like an undead human body, a reanimated human body that wants to eat other humans. So it's a corpse and it's a cannibal. There you go. That's what it is. And
you don't practice that, do you?
Oh, certainly not. No, I mean, I think what's important for people to know about our band, I mean, our fans already know, but I think anyone who's new to the band needs to know is that, I mean, we approach our music and the lyrics in the same way a guy who makes a horror movie does. It's entertainment, it's fictional entertainment. We certainly don't condone actual violence or any of the things that are the depraved characters in our songs are doing. But at the same time, it's interesting. You know what I mean? You look at like a movie like Saw and all of its sequels, and those are very popular, successful movies, and much more so than death metal actually is. So it shows to me that an interest in macabre and dark kind of movies and violent movies and graphic things like that, there's an interest in that's mainstream.
Physically and mentally devoid of dignity, vanquished immortality.
You guys, the Pit, have you, I'm sure you've been involved in a few pits. Do you get tempted to jump out into the pit?
Once in a while you see something so raging that you do kind of think, wow, it'd be awesome just to jump in right now, because it's just so brutal. I stopped actually doing slam pits at shows myself probably like over 15 years ago, because I'm like, man, if I jam a finger backwards or something pushing somebody or whatever, and then I'm messed up, everybody's going to be pretty mad at me if we have to, postpone a tour because I'm waiting for a finger to heal or something like that. And I think all the guys are kind of like that. We're like, let's try and avoid injury because it can happen. I mean, the pits get really violent. But yeah, I used to go in them all the time, like back when, in the really old days, when I first started listening to the heavy stuff. Yeah, Creator, Sepultura, and Exodus. When I'd go see those bands, bands like that, I'd always be jumping in the pit, but not so much anymore, man.
Anything you want to say to the fans out there, Alex?
Just thank you so much for the support. We really can't believe how well we've done over all these years, and we owe it to everybody who comes out and supports our band. So thank you so much for staying with us all these years. We'll see you all on tour.